Hello children, welcome to another session. Let us continue C reading in Unit 4, that is, Can't Climb Trees Anymore. Children, in the previous session, you have read that the narrator, who is a middle-aged man, visits his old house where he used to live once. At the entrance, he meets a little girl. She inquires him about the purpose of his visit. She invites him inside the house. The narrator did not want to go through the gate. Instead, he'd like to climb over the wall and enter the house, which he used to do as a child. They both went and sat on the stone bench under the mango tree. Now, let's continue reading. Children, let us see the meanings of some of the new words that you would come across while reading the passage. First word, budgeriggar. It means a small bird belonging to the parrot family. It is a bird. It looks like a parrot. Budgeriggar means a bird. Next word, sprightliness. Sprightliness means liveliness and energy in action. That is, to be active and energetic. Next word, eddy. Eddy means a circular movement of dust. In plural, eddy is eddies. It may be a circular movement of dust or water. But in this passage, it means a circular movement of dust. Next word, lissom, means slim, graceful. Next word, course, means flow. Course means flow. Children, let's continue reading. They were silent for some time. The man closed his eyes and remembered other times. The music of a piano, the chiming of a grandfather clock, the constant twitter of budgiers on the veranda. His grandfather's cranking up the old car. I used to climb the jackfruit tree, he said, opening his eyes. I didn't like the jackfruit, though, do you? It's all right in pickles. I suppose so. The tree was easy to climb. I spent a lot of time in it. Do you want to climb it again? My parents won't mind. No, no, not after climbing the garden wall. Let's just sit here for a few minutes and talk. I mentioned the jackfruit tree because it was my favorite place. Do you see that thick branch stretching out over the roof? Halfway along it, there's a small hollow in which I used to keep some of my treasures. What kind of treasures? Oh, Nothing very valuable. Marbles I would won, a book I wasn't supposed to read, a few old coins I had collected. Things came and went. I was a bit of a crow, you know, collecting bright things and putting them away. There was my grandfather's iron cross. Well, not my grandfather's exactly, because he was British and the Iron Cross was a German decoration awarded for bravery during the war, the First World War, when my grandfather fought in France. He got it from a German soldier. Dead or alive? I beg your pardon? Oh, you mean the German? I never asked. Dead, I suppose. Or perhaps he was a prisoner. I never asked grandfather. Isn't that strange? And the iron cross? Do you still have it? No, he said, looking her in the eyes. I left it in the jackfruit tree. You left it in the tree? Yes. I was so excited at the time, packing and saying goodbye to people and thinking about the ship I was going to sail. On that, I simply forgot all about it. She was silent, considering, her finger on her lips, her gaze fixed on the jackfruit tree. Then, quietly, she said, "It may still be there, in the hollow in the branch." "Yes," he said, "it's 25 years, but it may still be there, unless someone else found it. Would you like to go and look? I can't climb trees anymore." "If you can't, I will go and see. You just sit here and wait for me." She sprang up and ran across the grass, swift and sweet of limb. Soon she was in the jackfruit tree, crawling along the projecting branch. A warm wind brought little eddies of dust along the road. Summer was in the air. "I have found it," she cried. "I have found something." And now, barefoot, she ran breathlessly towards him. In her outstretched hand, a rusty old medal. He took it from her and turned it over on his palm. "Is it the Iron Cross?" she asked eagerly. "Yes," he said, "this is it. Now I know why you came. You wanted to see if it was still in the tree. You may be right. I'm not really sure why I came. But you can keep the cross. You found it, after all." "No, you keep it. It's yours." Children, we have completed reading the story Can't Climb Trees Anymore. Now let us recollect the important points once again. This story is written by Ruskin Bond. In this story, the writer explains the importance of childhood memories in one's life. This is the story of a middle-aged man who wanted to recollect his childhood memories. So he visits his old house. There he meets a little girl. He was very happy to see his old house and jackfruit tree, which was his favorite place. Here the girl invites him inside. The narrator wanted to enter the house by climbing the wall, which he used to do as a child. But he couldn't climb the wall as he grew old. He goes to his favorite place, jackfruit tree, where he used to hide his treasures. He wanted to climb the tree, but he couldn't because he was not a child anymore. So he sits on the bench and he looks at the little girl who climbs the tree, and he recollects his childhood days. He feels very happy. He sees himself in the little girl. All his childhood memories become live. There he goes, not to collect his treasures, but for his youth. So children, learn to live every moment happily, because they will not come back again. Enjoy your childhood days, and you will also feel happy like the narrator to recollect your childhood memories. Now children, let us see some of the questions that can be expected from this passage. And also, let us see how to answer them. First question, where did the narrator like to sit and why? Where did the narrator like to sit and why? The answer is written like this. The narrator liked to sit on the bench under mango tree. He liked it because his grandmother used to rest there. Second question. What was the narrator's favorite place? Did he try to sit there? And the answer is the narrator's favorite place was to sit on the branches of the jackfruit tree. He didn't try to climb the tree as he grew old. Children, let us see another question. The question is, where did the narrator keep his treasures as a child? What were his treasures? Children, here the question means the narrator used to keep his treasures somewhere in the tree, and there were different types of things he used to hide like a treasure. And the answer you can write is the narrator used to keep his treasures in a small hollow of the jackfruit tree as a child. His treasures were marbles, old coins, and any bright things that he liked. He also hid the iron cross which was given by his grandfather. Next question. What gift did the narrator's grandfather give him? How did he got it? Children, you have read from the passage that narrator's grandfather gives him some gift. He gives iron cross and he got it from another soldier, from German soldier. So, the answer should be written like this. The narrator's grandfather gifted him the iron cross. He got it from a German soldier. Next question. Did the narrator try to look for his treasures? Why? Why not? And the answer is no. The narrator did not try to look for his treasures because his purpose of visiting his old house was not for his treasures. Let's see another question. What gift did the narrator give the little girl? Why? The answer is the narrator gave his iron cross as a gift to the little girl because he don't need it now. Next question. It wasn't the cross I came for. It was my youth, said the narrator. But the girl did not understand why. Narrator says that he didn't come for iron cross. It was his youth, but the girl did not understand. So why the girl did not understand? Should write answer like this. I think the girl was very young to understand the emotions of the narrator which he had with his childhood memories. The girl was very young to understand the emotions. Next question. Why did the narrator look back? Here the question means the narrator takes leave from the little girl and he starts walking away from his house. After reaching at the end of the road, he looks back to the little girl. So why did he look back? The answer should be written like this. The narrator looked back when he reached the end of the road to see the house and the girl again. Children, he looks back to see his old house and the girl again. So he looks back. Another question. What cry did he hear in his heart while leaving that house? The answer is he heard the cry of his memories of the old house and the little girl. Children, here's the last question. Do you like to collect treasures like the narrator? If so, what would you like to have treasures? Children, you have read that narrator collects different things and keep them like treasures in the jackfruit tree. Do you want to collect treasures like narrator? If so, What things would you like to collect? That you have to mention in the answer. You may start writing like, I would like to collect. Here you have to mention about your treasures. Children, we have completed reading the passage under C reading in Unit 4, that is, can't climb trees anymore. Now, you read the story from your textbook once or twice so that you understand better, and also keep practicing the worksheets given at the end of this session.